Hi, and welcome to One Acadiana's Candidate Conversation Series. I'm Keely McGibney, and this is Andre Bro here on the team at One Acadiana. We're bringing you candidate conversations so you can get to know those folks who are running to represent you for offices across Lafayette Parish.
That's right. And for this conversation, we're joined by Nureaka Ross, candidate for Lafayette City Council District 5. Nureaka, thank you for joining us.
Likewise.
Well, we'll start with the basics. Tell us a little bit about who Nureaka Ross is and give us some of your background in the community.
Well, I'm Northside born and raised by a single mother, surrounded by family, rich in spirit, but though not rich in money. Enlisted in the military, I served active duty Army. I obtained a top secret security clearance and became a geospatial intelligence imagery analyst. I know it's a mouthful. And after completing that training, I endured additional training to have a second job in the military and became an aerial center it's a lot, but an aerial sensor operator on the fixed wing King Air. So I did aerial exploitation and dissemination. Okay, unfortunately, though, I almost died and I temporarily couldn't walk or talk. They told me I had a 30% chance of surviving. Yes, but I'm here. I was eventually medically retired. But I am a mother of two, and I saw my community struggling. When I heard the Walmart was closing down, I said, you know what, I'm coming back home. And I said I wanted to help. So.
Well, we're glad to hear that you're doing well, and it's great to know more about your background, and that leads into the next question, which is what inspired you to run for District 5? Why City Council?
Well, because I wanted to be the change. I wanted to be the change I see in my community. I became tired of complaining about what's wrong within the community and seeing minimal progress. And I became sick and tired of politicians trying to divide us for their own political gains. I am not trying to be a politician, by the way. I felt called to serve on the city council because I think it's the best way for me to help make a difference in my community and get the young people involved and civically engaged.
Well, let's talk about some of those changes you want to make. If you are elected to the city council, what are going to be some of your top priorities? And we'll start with the short-term issues.
Okay, well, our infrastructure, for one, to include pedestrian infrastructure, because our community should be accessible for everyone, including those with disabilities, or merely those who can't afford a vehicle. And pedestrian infrastructure, safety, people are dying or injured in my community because of inadequate infrastructure. And there is a variety of easy, cost-effective things we can be doing that have a huge impact that aren't getting done, like fixing broken signals at our intersections, adding and updating lighting in areas that are frequented by pedestrians and have a high level of pedestrian traffic, adding signage, finally building those sidewalks on Carmel Drive. They were allocated funds for it, by the way, in 2018. And is now 2023. And I'm aware there's a process and that requires an ample amount of time and red tape. However, it's very unfortunate that it takes that long. But I pray another mother of four, a wife that was fatally struck on our roadway while carrying groceries, don't happen again.
Well, and as you think about your district, as you think about city council in the years to come, is there a long-term challenge or challenges that you see the city council needs to stay focused on addressing?
Yeah, well, a big one is doing more things to help those in need, like helping those that are unhoused. And it's just the right thing to do morally. It's the smart thing to do economically. And we can't have a vibrant community if people are dying in the streets. But our local government is doing minimum, in my opinion, to manage the risk that the homelessness poses to our community. And especially there is ample amount of resources we haven't really tapped into. We can't just ignore these issues. And when I'm elected to city council, I will guarantee that these issues aren't just swept under the rug. Because in my childhood, I experienced homelessness. After Hurricane Rita, we lost everything after a tree fell on our home. So me speaking about homelessness is not just from an outsider perspective, but I experienced it firsthand.
Well, you talked about moving back to Lafayette, and we love to hear that. We love people moving back. We love new people moving into our community. If you were talking to somebody who was looking at moving to Lafayette, what would you tell them about our community?
Well, overall, Lafayette is family friendly. Kids are welcome pretty much everywhere because I have kids, so I know. But, there's a lot of festivals and things to do for the youth, except though north of Evangeline Thruway. There's very minimal things we can do. Our rec centers aren't well funded, and our parks, man, God forbid it. Look at this heat, for instance. Our kids can't even enjoy the park, let alone if we wanted to, we can't. It's just too hot. So, yes, we don't even have a Boys and Girls Club on this side of Evangeline Thruway. And if I had my way, I would add one in the Nargate Mall, quite frankly, because we need more things for the youth. But overall, Lafayette is family friendly.
Well, now that you're back, living in District 5, running to represent District 5, talk directly to the voters of District 5. Why should they vote for Nureaka Ross for City Council?
Because I'm not in this for the power, the fame, or the money. I'm in this race because I want to be of a greater service to my community, and that's important to me. And as your city councilwoman, I promise to listen to everyone in my district and outside my district. I'm willing to listen. I think that's very important as well. And people think because I'm young that I don't care or I'm not capable, but I feel like if I can do what I did in the military and serve my country, I merely want to serve my community and get young people involved and civically engage once again and be honest. Integrity is very important. And once again, like I said, I had a top secret security clearance. So obtaining that in itself is a huge deal. So if the country can trust me with sensitive information, I want the community to know they can trust me. I'm a trustworthy individual, because politicians get a bad rep for lying, and that's not what I'm here to do. I don't want to be a politician, and I'm not in the business of lying, for one.
Well, thank you, Nureaka. We truly appreciate you spending time with us to help the community get to know you. And you just talked about, engaging folks. That leads well into our final question for you, which is, how can voters further engage with Nureaka? How do they get more information?
Well, they can visit my campaign website at vote-ross.com. They can also visit my social media at Nureaka Ross, or my email at voteross2023@gmail.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. That was Nureaka Ross joining us. She's a candidate for Lafayette City Council District 5. Nureaka, thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck in October.
Likewise. Bye.